6 biggest automotive flops of the past 30 years. Number 1. Aptera Motors 2E. Let us point out right away that California-based Aptera Motors existed, technically, from 2004 until 2011, yet it never produced a single customer car. It built prototypes of its wild-looking 3-wheeled 2E electric car. We even drove one in 2009. But then the nascent automaker began shedding staff and announcing production delays, and in 2011, shortly after claiming to have finalized the 2E's design, Aptera Motors shut its doors. Government seed money for automakers developing alternative fuel vehicles never materialized despite a letter of intent from the Department of Energy, apparently because it was only earmarked for 4-wheeled vehicles, and private investors similarly kept Aptera Motors at the end of a 12-foot stick. Maybe, just maybe, the 2E failed because it looked ridiculous and was claimed to travel just 100 miles per charge, a claim that, by 2011, was pretty unspectacular. Number 2, Buick Cascada. The Buick Cascada arrived in the convertible segment in 2016 with 200 horsepower and a yearning to fit in. It basically screamed, "How do you do, fellow kids?" Built in Poland and sold as the Opel Cascada around the world, Buick tried its best. Power retracting roof, 20-inch standard wheels, LED lighting in both the headlights and taillights. Okay, maybe they didn't try too hard. During our testing with the 2016 Cascada, we experienced severe cowl shake with the top down. The air buffeting sensation was so strong it caused the backseat headrest to vibrate like a Sonicare toothbrush. The convertible top took roughly 20 seconds to lock into position, which is about the time it takes anyone driving a Cascada to accelerate from a green light. During its first year on sale, Buick only sold 7,153 Cascadas, and by 2018 that number fell to just 4,136. The Cascada finally dried up and died in 2019 with the General Motors and Group PSA partnership. Number 3, Cadillac XLR/XLR-V. On paper, the Cadillac XLR seemed like a no-brainer. What luxury brand could do without a glamorous 2-seat folding hardtop convertible? And the Cadillac would be based on none other than the Chevrolet Corvette, the first, and likely last, time General Motors had ever spun another car off its sports car platform. When we first tested an XLR, we were impressed by its powertrain, handling, and interior, and we looked forward to comparing it with the Mercedes SL. Maybe we shouldn't have, because later that year, when we did just that, the XLR came in third in a 5-car comparison test in which the SL500 placed first. A performance-oriented XLR-V was introduced for 2006, packing a supercharged version of the XLR's Northstar V8 engine. Despite its $100,000 price, we liked that car, too. Until we compared it with 4 other convertibles and it came in last. In total, only 15,460 XLRs were built, and there is no sign that Cadillac will be coming up with a Corvette-based successor or any sports car, for that matter, anytime soon. Number 4, Chevrolet Tahoe Hybrid. The word hybrid was once a threat to the American way of life. What do you mean I can't haul my baseball-loving hot dog-eating family and guzzle gas the way Skinner intended? The Chevrolet Tahoe Hybrid was a failed attempt at diplomacy. To Chevy's credit, the Tahoe Hybrid sacrificed nothing to include its hybrid powertrain. It still had 4-wheel drive, seating for up to 8, able to tow up to 8,200 pounds, and a 6.0-liter V8. Improvements were made to try to mitigate additional weight from the hybrid system. An aluminum hood, front bumper beam, driveshaft, and rear liftgate helped, but it still sat 350 pounds heavier than its gasoline-only twin. And when it came to delivering the important benefit of a hybrid, the Tahoe didn't. Although during our testing the Tahoe Hybrid achieved 19 miles per gallon city, an improvement over the regular 5.3-liter we tested with 12 miles per gallon, it wasn't enough. Chevy could have just offered a diesel, like they do today in the Tahoe, Suburban, Silverado Colorado, and Cadillac Escalade. Chevy killed the Tahoe Hybrid after 6 years when Americans voted no on the $53,295 hybrid, even while gas prices averaged as much as $3.27 per gallon. Number 5, Fisker Karma. The Fisker Karma seems so promising. The first production car from the startup company created by legendary designer Henrik Fisker. It was gorgeous, full of futuristic tech, and one of the first plug-in hybrids to hit the market in the United States. The Karma used a 23.5 kilowatt-hour battery pack, 2 electric motors, and a turbocharged 2.0-liter Ecotec 4-cylinder sourced from General Motors, acting as a generator to produce 402 horsepower. Good enough for a 6.2-second rip to 60 miles per hour in our testing. That's not bad for a car weighing 5,297 pounds. Too bad its efficiency, you know. The whole point of a plug-in hybrid fell woefully short of expectations. The Karma we tested averaged only 24 miles per gallon, 10 miles per gallon less than the Chevrolet Volt plug-in that beat the Fisker in a 2012 comparison test. And did we mention the Karma was also expensive, with a base price close to $100,000? After some battery recalls, more than a dozen fires, some thanks to Hurricane Sandy, and the halting of production in 2012, Fisker finally went bankrupt in late 2013. Around 2,450 Karmas were built in total, though the car has recently been reborn as the Revero under the Chinese-run Karma Automotive brand, which snapped up Fisker's assets post-bankruptcy. Number 6, GMC Envoy XUV. On paper, the plan was ingenious. Build a retractable roof and a movable, watertight partition into the back half of an SUV. 1 minute, you have lockable, covered cargo space. The next, you're hauling Christmas trees and grandfather clocks and hosing out the back half of the car. Makes sense, right? Still, the general missed the boat on this one. The pickup/SUV concept was sound. Witnessed the success of the now defunct Chevrolet Avalanche, but for the Envoy XUV, the devil lay in the details. Strike 1. The XUV was made by slicing and dicing an extended wheelbase GMC Envoy, which is basically just a Chevrolet Trailblazer, aka the midsize SUV that time forgot. Whereas the Envoy was merely unattractive, the XUV was hideous. Strike 3. Impracticality. Even with folding seats, an open roof, and a lay-down tailgate, the XUV couldn't haul much more than an ordinary Envoy could. Thankfully, it was more expensive. I hope you found this video interesting and informative. If you like to watch and learn about cars, don't forget to like, subscribe and press the bell icon so that you can get the notification whenever I upload my next video. If you want me to make a video of any specific car, do let me know in the comments section below. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.